I am definitely in the mood for a competent subversion of what's familiar in the Christmas setting in regards to cinema. And I've been disappointed before with, let's say, for example, because I always mention it, Black Christmas. Oh, the lead-in with that, I thought it would be great. The marketing was so much fun and subversive even. But then you watch the movie and you're like, well, this is terrible. Not the original one. Again, I'm speaking about the Blumhouse remake. The new one, it's just hot garbage. But I was really excited again about watching a Christmas movie that felt so original from other types of releases that have come out in the season, and which, are of course novelties. I mean, there's projects I grew up on that are TV reruns every year that everyone looks forward to watching. I certainly have my traditions when it comes to entertainment that I, have to watch every single year at least once. But I definitely look for stuff that's more original. Violent Night, going into it, I knew I was at least geared to, I figured I would like it anyway, because David Harbour, big draw for me, and the poster was a lot of fun, right? But then the trailer, absolutely loved it. I mean, even before that, just the idea alone based on the synopsis of mixing what's familiar and telling it in a sort of a new way. And I said, I think this is the best way to summarize it, even though I will say part of this comes across to me from what I've heard. I've heard mention of Die Hard. Don't kill me. I've never seen it. I need to get around to watching. I got so much stuff I got to catch up on in regards to well-regarded releases over the years in film history. I have not seen Die Hard yet, so I can't answer the question if that's a Christmas movie or if it's, not. Forgive me, again, like I said. I've heard regard, though, of this being similar to that in some regard, at least in some people's view. For me, this is more so Home Alone meets Don't Breathe. Now, who doesn't love Home Alone, especially the first two? I mean, I like the first three. The fourth one, not as much. I haven't seen the newest one or the fifth. But Don't Breathe. If you've never seen them, both entries, because there's two, excellent thrillers, very well crafted. And the idea of having Santa come into a house, it's again, with Home Alone, it's got the energy of all the little traps and the fun, detours we take with a Santa version of Kevin McAllister, equally probably as mischievous, told through a Christmas chic, right? But Santa, similar to Don't Breathe, if you've never seen that movie, right, with the teenagers, I'm speaking in context of the first one, invading the house, right, of somebody else, and then that kicking off the thriller with, well, you've got the person inside who has to stop these kids, but, everybody in that case is a villain, and the guy who's chasing him, Stephen Lang's the key character in that movie, excellent performance from him. I mean, he really comes across like a, animalistic predator. It was so cool to watch. But then Santa having to basically play the same role in invading this house as these robbers are coming in. Again, very similar to Home Alone, but to go all savage, right? And basically without constraint. I believe this is playing more, again, to a darker release in regards to its R rating. I think it's rated R, but it's definitely more of like a dark comedy, horror, thriller type adventure. I was enthralled by the execution. Fun, lively, engaging, subversive. I absolutely loved it. Very original. And apparently some of you guys did too. I remember getting comments as well. Some of you noticed certain elements of what Santa Harbour, we'll call him, was using in the case of trying to ward off the criminals. I mean, I saw some fun things. I mean, like the Christmas star, that was so hilarious. The Christmas lights. One of you said that in the comments there was apparently a lump of coal that he used, I believe you said, as a bomb. Hilarious. Again, perfect, way to... I think it's a great fit with the Christmas season. It feels original. It feels fresh. This is what I'm looking for. And Violent Night on a first look, very engaging. And for those of you who follow this channel, I love to get a perspective of what happens behind the scenes and the motivations and the art of the craft and the execution. Featurettes provide that. Universal has provided one. Let's get a bit of a window into a look inside and perhaps see some of the insight. Again, like I've said, this is for me, Home Alone meets Don't Breathe. And I think that's such a great idea. But maybe there's a different vision from the filmmakers. Maybe Die Hard will come up. I have no idea. Again, I need to see it. I'm sorry that I have not. All right, without further ado, here we go. Let's get a bit of perspective and enjoy the craft on another level, right? It's one thing to enjoy the cinema on screen. It's another thing to enjoy the motivation and the vision that went into the show, and it gives you an added respect.
The violent Santa Claus movie.
I'm happy with it. Again, I love the pitch.
Claus is coming to town.
This Santa is very different than anything you've ever seen. Like, this Santa has baggage.
10,000 years pass of him giving out toys.
10,000? Wow, he's old.
Commercialist,
Still looks good.
Where kids just want more and more and more.
I better get going. Presents aren't going to deliver themselves.
Santa stumbles across his house, and there's a little girl in there that still believes in Christmas, that still believes in Santa.
That is a direct hotline to Santa Claus himself.
I can talk to Santa. Trudy will always believe in him no matter what. Hello, Santa.
Well, she seems like a very nice kid actress. Very endearing, I'm sure, for the performance. She's kind of the fun character, the heart of the movie.
Extreme situation. He has no choice but to act.
Santa? There's two bad men with guns watching us. Are you gonna help us, Santa?
Yeah, Trudy. You're on my nice list. You've been a very good girl this year.
I like the craft of the VFX as well.
Crazy, die-hard, trapped
Okay.
in a house, mercenaries, vault underneath, $300 million, and then you have...
So it's coming from the crew. That's obviously a very reasonable attribution to acknowledge Die Hard. I still think it's Home Alone meets Don't Breathe.
Santa to get his Christmas spirit back.
That's at least what it is for me. More so.
And what do you do to the naughty?
Maybe when I see Die Hard, I'll have a change of opinion, but yeah, I don't know.
It's all you can eat. Violence, gore, hilarity.
Might be the real Santa.
Really touching and moving, and great freaking action.
He's my friend.
Mr.
Claus. But please, call me Santa.
I'm game for it. Again, I want something enjoyable for the holiday, something that's fresh, and this for me, I had so many expectations with Black Christmas, because I thought the trailer for that was a lot of fun. I didn't even bother looking into the marketing. I didn't see anything of the acknowledgement that, oh, this movie's what was it? Fiercely feminist, I think that was what it was called, and oh boy, I mean, even that was not done well. It's like, well, if you want to do a social commentary set in Christmas, like, at least have some nuance, but give it some charm, and the marketing, that was so much fun, and then you watch the movie and you're like, all this promise, and this is what you give me. I mean, just not well crafted at all. And in no way, like, again, why call it Black Christmas? It's still, I'm not trying to go on a tangent here, but I'm like, why call that Black Christmas? It has no connection to the original movie. It's something entirely fresh and not good at all. Anywho, I mean, you knew from the minute that song kicked in, ugh. Anyway, you knew what movie you were getting. This is infinitely better. I can already tell. I mean, again, the heart of the project. I mean, of course, this is a press thing. You're going to have the actors and the people speaking, of course, and acclimate to the project. It makes sense, right? Advertise your work, get people engaged. But I believe it. Again, that trailer was so much fun. And, you know, the featurette, same energy. For me, it just looks like a very lively, fun, engaging Christmas project. I mean, if you're looking for something a little more severe and different from what's usually offered, let's say for 25 Days of Christmas, no shade intended to be thrown, I think this will be a lot of fun. And again, like I said, for me, I mean, you Die Hard fans know better that connection. If you're seeing it for yourself and you see that through line of homage, this for me is more so Home Alone meets Don't Breathe. And I love that pitch when that was presented to me in the synopsis, at least is what I took away from it. I was so happy by the idea of watching it, and the trailer beautifully executed both measures, in my opinion. It still feels that way for me. I am definitely looking forward to watching this movie. I'm making every effort I can to see this in the theaters as soon as possible. I'm going to try. I don't make it to the theaters too often anymore. I need to. But I want to enjoy Christmas in a bit of a different way. Violent Night provides that opportunity, and I am really looking forward to having this experience for myself. What are your guys' thoughts of this movie? Again, like I said, you Die Hard fans will be able to, and those of you who even just watched it, will be able to better vouch. Again, don't kill me. I have such a long list of projects I have to watch, and Die Hard's been on the list for a while. But maybe you don't want to see that. Maybe I'll try and watch it before I see this movie. I can probably fit that in. I need to find out if it's streaming anywhere. That's probably a better work. Nah, I got a couple of options I can use. I think. Well, maybe I'll figure it out. I've got some time. Hopefully, maybe then I can watch that movie and have a better perspective on perhaps the connections to all those types of movies. But again, Home Alone meets Don't Breathe for me. I'm so geared for it. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. I'm happy, you know. I want something a bit original and subversive in direction for Christmas. Violent Night provides that, and I think it's a beautiful execution of craft. I'm happy to see it. Looks engaging, fun, more of an enthrall to at least humor the possibility that it's going to be everything Black Christmas was not. And everything I wanted it to be. Violent Night is a good replacement. Thank you so much for watching this video. Before you bounce, feel free to drop a like and comment, subscribe to this channel with a ding on the bell, and share this video with your friends. And consider checking out the description here. There you'll find links to my other channels, as well as addresses to my other social media accounts and ways you can help support my work if you feel so inclined. May God bless you, and looking forward to when our paths cross again.